also loading the screen for the resto until I reload.
But you can hear me now.
Oh, what? Yeah.
Oh, so when we left off, you were sort of in the middle of fight. Sort of just finished one. Move you back. Yeah. Everyone remember where they were? Jeb's over here having just turned down the pit. Oolon and Malthar are in the process of circling around to join him, I think. Is that what was happening? So you guys are up here.
Yeah, Malthar just called out for help from anybody else. And the kobolds rushed in. I think Malthar would probably head back that way.
Back, which way?
Back towards Jeb.
Yeah. And Naidaadi is out here. And I think Naidaadi is the only one who just saw Udrael get iced.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Does it just take a minute, or is the pot?
Oh, gosh, is it flaking out again?
This happened last time for the first half of the game.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just laggy the last time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was. It was
laggy for both of us. I couldn't even pull up the website as fast for some reason.
But you did. Then at some point you had me 6 join it. It wasn't the DJ, and that was working.
They're the same though.
Yeah, the icon looks different. I guess.
Right. Right. Yeah, I've set them up to be the same thing, but I don't know.
Well, I'm afraid to do anything else because then it'll join and start playing whatever I do as a. Real quick. Guess we should have done that. It was just us. All right, we'll go without for now.
All right.
But I guess we'll passively. Ooh, that's a good shot. Cat looking.
Oh no, he's just mesmerized. It's distracting.
Okay, I think right where we were with all these kobolds here cheering on Jeb, everyone over here towards the pit, Naidaadi, I'll get turned into an ice sculpture.
Mm-hmm.
I want fresh initiative.
You got it.
Into the second sort of activity. Possibly fight.
You should puppet Alex.
Oh yeah. Somebody else.
I can play Jeb, I guess.
All right.
You mean
You have
Oolon?
Is Jeb still Oolon? Is Oolon still visible?
Yeah, he was over next to Malthar, actually.
But I mean, do you still have control over the sheet? I just made it available to all players.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see it.
Oh. Oh, I meant to send this message. I'm going to tell the other group that if they want to peek at what's happening. Ooh, Cobalt's rolled well.
Waiting. For some reason, I always think Alex is playing Jeb.
Right, yeah. Looks like his token wasn't selected.
Oh, no.
Right next to you.
Well, it was a 7 left. I just...
Midget. Alright, is that everyone? Jeb, Malthar, Naidaadi, Cobalt. Yeah. Well. Initiative 20.
Great.
Calceryx is going to. Alright, so you can Naidaadi, from down the hall you see the long head of Calceryx kind of inch out here, looking absolutely furious, staring, at Udriel, not even noticing. And their neck can't quite reach out through this archway, and this doorway is a bit small, fairly large. All of the doors in this grand hall, of course, pretty large.
Okay.
And you can see it stressing or kind of with a lot of effort squeezing through the archway, coming out. And with very deliberately and pointedly, devours Udriel. And seems occupied with that this turn. But at the end, having consumed Udriel, and seems to calm just a little bit. That fury kind of chills. It's whatever grudge it had against Udriel, keeping it captive, it's satisfied with that. And his anger cools and it turns a cold, evil glare towards you. I'm going to roll to see if an ice breath comes back, but I have to. Next up, unaware, is Jeb. You've just heroically kicked Dern down the pit. All the kobolds are cheering. What do you want to do?
Yeah, and when I threw him down the hole, I said, "Please clap."
Oh my god. They do.
Isn't like basically everyone dead at this point?
All the goblins, yeah. All the goblins and hobgoblins.
So we won. We did it.
You did it! Alright.
Let me think.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't think Jeb would do anything, or, you know, combat-wise, you don't have to. It makes perfect sense. You can move, like, if you think Jeb would move anywhere.
I guess I'll come back out into the hallway with Oolon.
Alright. Because I would also let you, like, use your action to like, bolster these kobolds, if you want. If you're, like, celebrating.
Oh yeah. Actually, I'll do that. I think that
Okay.
would celebrate.
Make a performance check with advantage. Nine. Okay, they're very into it. I was thinking of maybe giving them some temporary hit points because they're all very weak, but we'll just say they're jazzed. The kobolds are just gonna cheer. They have no idea that their leader is dead. Everyone's having a party in this room. Oolon and Malthar hear it. Malthar, what would you like to do?
I think Malthar knew that there was some fighting happening in this room last time. So Malthar's going to kind of go out this way and see if the room is clear.
The room is clear. I think this door is swinging, like open, and you can distantly hear fleeing and shouting down this hallway. But you know that the remainder of the goblins that weren't fighting in the first place, they all through that.
Okay, Malthar will use bonus action dash to get. I think it could make it to that door, and just kind of peek out and make sure that they're actually leaving.
All right. I think you see just the shadows cast by a dim candlelight down this door here.
Okay.
You just see the faintest shadows of feet on the floor here. This campfire is at the moment, but there's a door here.
Okay. And
you hear, make a perception. This is a hearing. Yeah, you hear them running, and it seems like the footsteps are almost kind of above a little bit.
Okay.
But there's not much. It's clearly not wood. They're running on stone. So you can't.
And this door here, is there a lock on this door?
This door, no, there isn't.
Okay. Then Malthar's gonna end just.
Okay. Naidaadi.
I am going to cast Favorite Foe.
Okay. I don't remember what kind of ranger you are, because I offered you like too many.
I am.
Are you my ranger? Are you Tasha's ranger?
I'm An outland trapper, according to my.
I think that's your bet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think
I
favorite
took
works
your-
the same either way.
Yeah, I took yours. Whatever.
Bonus action.
Yeah,
Mine.
it's-
Okay, I think it's a bonus action, and
It's the plus
Calceryx is
1d4
marked.
thing. Yeah.
Let me put a little target on.
Okay.
And it's not. If it's mine, then it is not constant.
That's correct. No concentration, lasts an hour. Like, I
And
see
you have
you.
advantage on tracking them
I don't know if there's.
or perception stuff. If it's mine, then if it's Tasha's, then it's concentration, and it's just the D4.
Uh-huh.
If it's mine, then it's non-concentration. You also have advantage on perception. Yes.
Oh, interesting. You know, I don't see.
You might have taken like a fusion of both.
Yeah, I think so, because I don't see the the concentration or the
Mine's better.
tracking. I know. What I don't understand is the mark a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and all resources replenish at the end of a long rest. That's
Yeah.
what's confusing. So
Yeah, I kept that from Tasha's. It seemed better than using a current resource that the ranger has because they don't.
right.
But yeah, it's a little. You can use it twice.
Okay. I am going to. There's no reasoning with this, is there?
Oh, make a quick insight check, and I'm gonna give you advantage. 18.
18.
I mean, you speak Draconic. It looks pretty. And give me also. There's a lot of knowledge check combat. Give me a 11. I mean, it's a dragon. You encountered it very briefly before, or I guess you did. The others did, and it was immediately very hostile towards you. It doesn't. It seems hostile and honestly hateful towards you. You beyond that, you're not really sure. You don't have much. You don't have much to go on for this thing. It seemed to have a vendetta against Israel and doesn't know much against you.
Mm-hmm.
You have its attention. You're not sure.
Yeah. I'm going to pull back my bow, point it at it. I'm going to say, we are not here for you. Then I'm going to slacken my bow and disappear into this door.
Okay. Make a persuasion or intimidation, whichever you prefer.
Right.
In what language do you say that in?
In Draconic.
Advantage. It's a difficult check, but
Ooh.
oh, all right. I think you hold its gaze for a moment and you say that.
Mhm.
And it clearly like sizes you up with one eye.
Mhm.
And it keeps its eye on you, but you can see it starts devouring the goblins over
All right.
you. And yeah, you feel like you've bought at least some time,
Mhm.
but it's not chasing you right now.
Got it. Do I... Is the rat still here? Wait, no, this isn't the one with the rat. Gotta get my bearings.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna... Well, yeah, that's it.
If you have more movement.
I do have more movement, but I don't. I want to try to close the door next time.
You could close the door behind you.
Okay, then I will.
Would Oolon have heard the commotion with the dragon and the frost breath?
Perception check. I don't remember where you and Oolon were when that happened.
Oolon was pretty much here. 13?
No, not really. It kind of blended in with all the other stuff going on.
Alright. Then Oolon is going to move into this room, get a lay of kind of what happened, see the hole downwards, kind of cheer with the kobolds, even though he doesn't quite know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
All right. Rick's gonna make short work of all these goblins here, and you very clearly, Naidaadi, you've got a read on this thing. You can all but see it through the wall. You're tuned into the noises it's making,
Okay.
the shifts in the ground as it moves. It's very heavy, and it's moving in this direction, kind of taking in. It's not moving quickly. It's not running. It seems to be like surveying the area, making sense of what's happened.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of stretching its. You hear the air shift in the room as its wings kind of unfurl and stretch out.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to end its here. You know that it like turns its head in this direction and sniffs,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's Yep.
Did I hear anything?
There's not a lot of noise going down over here. Naidaadi was pretty calm in his response to the dragon, and the dragon hasn't done much since, so you just don't know what's happening.
I think I'm gonna keep celebrating.
All right, give me another one.
It's gonna get quieter. Like everyone's like, all right, and then I'm like, but let's keep it going. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you chest bump one of the kobolds, and it like flies over the pit and like almost goes in. Lands over here, and they're all freaking out. And there's like a keg over here that they pop open, and which just spills on the ground. They were like planning to drink it, but it spills on the ground, and they're still really excited. I'm gonna give them all one temporary hit point for now. Maybe you can bring it up. I'll give them two, because it's. The kobolds are going to keep celebrating with you. I think two of them are going to run over here and start going to like raid Goblin Town. This one is, oh, you know what? These two are, there's a chest right here. I guess I should have described this room here. You've got the four magical sconces. These ones have a more like realistic fire light to them. This tower is pretty cozy comparatively, aside from the gaping pit in the middle of it. There's a throne here, and a little pot with a wilted brown tree, a little Charlie Brown kind of tree in it. And there's a chest at the foot of the throne, and there's a stool. Chest at the foot of the throne that they're currently trying to open. I'll give them both sort of, I don't even know what kind of check is it. Yeah, I'm going to give them strength checks, which I think is like... That's 2. 11. Ooh, and a 15, which is not enough. But the first one is like trying to stab the lock off of the chest, and the other one I think picks up the potted plant and just like punts it onto the top of the chest, which of course shatters, and now there's dirt everywhere. Malthar.
Malthar's gonna do what he can to try and secure this door. Can he like ram like 2 pinions into like the crack between the door and the side of the wall and kind of jam it shut that way?
Yes. Give me a I'll call this a thieves' tools check, even though you're using it.
Okay. With strength?
Use dexterity if you want.
Okay.
Because you have pittance. You have a hammer.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll call it there. It's less about the force you're worried.
Mark off a few pittance here.
These guys would have got.
And then with any remaining movement or action, Malthar is going to move over this way and just kind of see if there's anything of value in this pile of rubbish here.
Okay.
Oops.
Make a perception check to start. You can do like and it's going to be harder than an investigation check.
Sure.
But you can do the investigation with your action later.
15?
15's pretty good. Most of it is furniture and like it's kind of it's honestly kind of, now that you're in it, it doesn't look that bad. It's kind of like a very complex blanket fort, like that Community episode series where they built like a giant blanket fort throughout the whole college. It's kind of like that. It's a lot of furniture. It's a lot of tarps and stuff. It's very makeshift, but it's not like, if you were very small, it wouldn't be terrible to live in. It seems like they've got different sections for different purposes. There's sleeping quarters. There's obviously they cook outside of Goblin Town. They cook like over here, but Goblin Town doesn't look too bad.
Okay, cool.
As for valuables, you would kind of have to get in to find.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
You see a fairly valuable looking animal head mounted in the back here, some kind of boar with like more horns than you've seen on a wild boar before. It's not in great condition, but it's an animal you haven't seen before. So.
Okay.
You also see the kobolds running towards goblins, ready to tear it up.
Is there a double-decker couch?
Double-decker couch? Like the Lego movie?
Yeah.
Did you do that in the Lego movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. This is a double-decker couch. They probably would have figured that out.
Alright, that's it for Malthar.
Naidaadi.
Yep. I'm hearing the sounds of a party, I would think. I'm going to start.
And you know the dragon too.
Yep. I kind of like, as I'm walking up this hallway, I'm thinking, they don't know what's coming. And I start to hurry up. And I will dash into the room with Jeb and Oolon. Size the place up, and I'll, at the top of my voice, yell, "You realize we're not done yet. There's a dragon right over there. And it's loose."
All the kobolds turn up and they're like, "Calceryx!"
Yeah. Yeah, and he is not happy.
Make... I don't think there's any check yet. I think you've done what you wanted. You've told everyone what's gone on. Oolon?
Oolon has 10 good berries, so he's going to eat one of them. I think that's an action. Eat a good berry and regain 1 hit point.
Right.
He will pass out a good berry to anyone else who wants it. It looks like Oolon. So
Wait, was Oolon at 1 hit point?
No, I think I just overrode it when I
Oh, you did 1
added
instead
the
of
one.
+1.
He was at 4, so he'll be fine.
Ooh, that's not
So-
great either.
There we go. Good berries. Anyone want a good berry?
Yeah, he's got a
It
bunch
tastes.
now.
They're filling.
You won't be able to take them yet, but you can have a good berry if you eat it up.
Okay.
I mean, how many do you have?
Currently, according to the counter, there's 9 left.
Okay. If you give one to all these kobolds, it might stop them from running in here immediately.
Yeah, sure. There's 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
They'll all come and take a good berry.
Down the hatch.
This is really good.
That's it for Oolon.
Here, does a little sniff. Here. Um. What's Malthar's passive perception? A bit more like a bull. It's a little. It's not as big as a cow. I mean, as tall, but it's denser, more squat towards the ground.
Sort of a
With its
drake or
wings
something?
folded up.
Sort of like a drake?
Like a dragon. Yeah, and it's just sort of like looking in through this into this room. It doesn't look exclusively at you. You know it looks at you and it sees you. It also looks at these kobolds here. It looks back here towards the door, and it also looks at this door too. It seems to have it make an insight check.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it notices immediately what you've done to the door here, and like looks at Goblin Town. It looks at the door over here. It seems to like pretty quickly get a read on, and it's not doing anything yet. It's just looking at. Jeb.
Sorry, which way did you gesture when you said that there was a dragon? Which door did you gesture to?
The one I came in.
Okay, so then I'd probably go that way.
You also know, you would remember where the dragon was. It was in this room way back here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a while ago, but. Does this say?
Mosh pit.
Mosh pit.
So yeah, using my action to dash here.
Okay. This door is shut. I think this one was also shut. I don't remember about this door, so I'm gonna call it open. Kobolds are gonna use their actions to eat the good berries. These 3 are. These 2. This one keeps running towards Goblin Town, and just starts like tearing sheets away, and like it starts tearing sheets away, and then it sort of dives in, and you can see sheets like popping up around in Goblin Town as it starts rooting through and taking what it thinks is valuable. This kobold was running alongside it, and it stops dead in its tracks and lets the other one run in, and just stares in this direction, and doesn't do anything. Malthar.
Yeah, Malthar is. Is there any way to hide and then creep to this door here? I know that probably not much cover from the dragon's gaze here.
It would be a very difficult. It would be a very difficult check because you're passing
Yeah.
right through the open where it's looking.
Yeah. Okay, Malthar is just going
Honestly,
to
I
kind
don't even
of.
think I'd let you use your dex. I think it would be a charisma-based stealth check with a high DC.
No. Malthar is going to see the dragon peek through the door, go kind of stiff with fear, and then a kind of straight leg power walk to this door here. Hope there's some companions on the other side. Open the door, see the remaining companions and kobolds, and say, "We got to get out of here. The dragon is right," and point kind of in this direction toward the door that he saw the dragon. I yeah, that's all Malthar's gonna do this time. Shut the door behind. And say that the dragon is right there. We gotta move somewhere. If we're going down the pit, let's go down the pit. But I don't want to fight that thing.
And I'll describe the pit again. It's very deep. I don't think anyone's was. I think somebody tried to see the bottom and didn't roll a perception check. But yeah, it disappears into darkness from the angle you're looking. It's lined with thick, dark brown and black vines that creep up the edge here and grow out the sides all the way down. You can see parts where it looks like there used to be a wooden spiral staircase built in. You can see down there like a spike that sticks out. There's even a portion where you can see kind of a rectangular bit that's probably a couple steps that have survived, but it's mostly eaten out by moisture and decay and growth.
I can still hear you. I'm just going off camera briefly.
Okay. Yeah, your turn's not for a bit. Naidaadi. Jeb ran down here immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You know he's heading. You know he's gonna come out behind the dragon probably.
Yeah.
He's not. He's out of sight, but not completely out of like hearing.
Yeah.
Malthar ran in.
Right.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to tell everyone in here, let's follow the bush, and then I'll yell, Jeb, we're right behind you, but stay out of that room. The columns. Stay out of the room with the columns. As I run back up the hallway.
Yeah. Jeb, you probably didn't hear all the words exactly, but you got the gist. Is that it?
Yeah.
What does Oolon?
Okay. Oolon will. I guess give a rallying cry to the kobolds, and I guess dash off after everyone else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Let's see. Anything else? Kind of had good success with this before. I think Oolong is going to take a action to turn into a giant snake again. With a wild shape.
All right.
Bolster his limited amount of health. Perfect. I'll mark off the one. At least still has one left.
Yeah, I don't think
And
he used one during the fight unless he used his starry.
I'm trying to remember how many times he used. His sheet still says he has one use left. So
Okay, we'll take that.
Hey, what are you doing? Get up. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You're breaking it all. Yeah. No, don't get the keyboard again. Come back here. Gosh. No. That'll work.
I think Naidaadi, you feel Calceryx sort of shifting.
Mhm.
And you all hear a bellowing voice shout, "Goblin Town is mine." In common.
Yeah.
Flee.
This town should have.
Flee before Calceryx.
This town should have been called Nilbog.
That's a good. Next time I run this adventure. I think there is a D&D monster called a Nilbug. Old school. It's a really shitty one too, because I think it heals when you do damage to it, and it only takes damage from healing spells. It's one of those really obnoxious early D&D monsters that were just made to mechanically mess with the system. I think it doesn't say, I'm going to retcon a little bit, I think it doesn't say flee before cower. I think it says cower before.
Mhm.
Jeb.
Involvedness in the way the game.
oh,
Actually, you know what? As its action, this is kind of weird, but I'm going to let it use a higher level dragon feature as an action. This is a passive thing that more powerful dragons get, but I think the younger dragons should be able to do it. So I think Jeb and Oolon, and I think it was closer to the Naidaadi. Jeb, Oolon, Naidaadi need to make wisdom saving throws. call it a DC. So Jeb and Oolon succeed. Naidaadi, you are frightened.
Oh, man. Okay.
You have never encountered a true dragon before. And actually hearing its voice speaking in common, it like reverberates through your skull, its voice shaking through this place. And it seems to be calling on like a fraction of the power that it will one day have. And you can't move any closer to it, among other effects of the frightened condition.
Now can I move?
Women
Yeah,
who are-
even Jeb, you can take a all right, you come out the door.
I'm coming right up to it, and
It's
I'm gonna
very
attack it.
cold in this room. You burst through the door. Make your attack roll. I think it's still bellowing. Cower before Calceryx. It doesn't say shit, but you know.
He started going gray
13.
Yeah.
13.
But, yeah,
No, 13 does not hit. You burst through the door. It's visibly a little surprised by you coming through. But as you swing its axe, it kind of rears up a little bit like a horse. And its wings kind of spread out and occupy a lot of this hall. Think. Hey! Got it to join.
Oh,
I'm going to rearrange this real quick. Rearrange playlist. I have these playlists built, and they're kind of themed, but I also rearrange them ahead of a battle to like make them a little more appropriate. Okay, that's good. Oops. As soon as you pop this door open, there's like a draft that runs this hall. Right, so you missed with your attack. The dragon rears up and spreads its wings. The kobolds, hearing that, let me think about this. You've successfully, honestly, you've so successfully like raised their morale that even Calceryx shouting that out, they're still gonna follow in the direction Jeb. So I think they're gonna overtake you two.
nice.
It's a dash action. Positions here. This one is gonna stand here and cower. This one pokes its head out of the Malthar.
Malthar will question what everyone is doing running at a dragon, and will...
Right, the whole time you've been like, we gotta get out of here, guys.
will not abandon his friends. Well, did we say this door was open?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still open.
Malthar will come down this way to where he can get a look into that room. And we'll fire a shot at the dragon. Since I guess we're hurting it. Nope. It goes wild. I think that's it for Malthar.
Naidaadi.
Not to be outdone by a bunch of twerpy kobolds. I'll step back into the room, glance over at Calceryx, give him a big defeated shrug, and at least I thought that's what we were doing. Raise my
Now, Daddy, are you still frightened?
Yes,
yes,
you are.
never mind.
Yeah, you don't move an inch closer.
No.
Where were you? Here?
1 second. Yeah, it was up near the top wall. Just a minute. What do you got? Hey. Oh my gosh. Wow.
What would you like to do? You still have control over your action, but can't move closer to the dragon.
Right. Golly. How far away am I then? About 40 feet-ish.
If you want to move, I think the only direction you can go, unless you get up against this corner, is this way.
That's what I'm thinking. I want to try to nudge my way into this corner, and if I have a reasonably straight shot, I want to try to fire a longbow at him.
Nah, I don't think, unless you can bend your arrows like that movie. People turn gun bullets around. I don't know what movie that is. Yeah, I don't think you.
Wanted.
Wanted. Nah.
All right.
But you get up against the wall. Have your bow ready. And try to get a hold of yourself. Make another wisdom saving throw at the end of it.
Okay.
Oolon?
Oolon, as a constrictor snake, is going to slither down this way.
Right.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's the end of his movement, but next turn he's going to engage with the dragon.
Alright. Calceryx whips around. His tail is going to... when he moves around here, I'm going to roll for the integrity of these columns. He takes out one of these columns with his tail as he whips around and gets really low. His wings spread up high. He's ready to pounce, but there's not enough room. And he's going to take a bite attack against Jeb. That's an 18.
That hits.
You take 6 damage, and it's going to bite again at you. That's a 16.
That hits.
11 damage. It's going to take out the column next to you. I think it's less a bite. The first one is less of a bite. It just like lunges forward and takes out this column with the shoulder, and just scatters you with shrapnel and kind of crushes you under its weight. And then the second attack, it finds you and gets a big bite on you. And most of the damage is from you pulling free. Jeb.
Can I start raging?
Yes.
Okay.
Bonus action
What-
rage.
Yeah, what does that do again?
It gives.
What do I get extra from that?
some
Oh,
damage.
advantage, right?
No, you get +2 damage. You get advantage from reckless attack, which is
Right.
a smart thing to do when you're not outnumbered, generally.
Okay. Anyway. And how much extra
and
damage do I get?
It reduces your incoming damage also. 2. You get 2 extra damage.
Okay.
You might have a.
So I'm gonna attack with my great axe.
Right.
Fuck off.
Ooh. And this is not reckless. 8. That's a miss. The kobold's going to take positions again. I'm going to come over here and think, yeah, I'm gonna have them attack Calceryx. If you hadn't spent several turns hyping them up, they wouldn't, but they're gonna. You're gonna take turns stepping out into the hall and spinning a sling around. Pelt Calceryx with little stones. It's a miss. And a miss. This one doesn't have a good shot. You can get up here. This one is going to run to the door here and do the same. That's a hit. 5 bludgeoning. First hit on the dragon, and the dragon notices. It looks through here and sees kobold duck out of the way and stares at this kobold, who I think shrinks even more onto the ground. Malthar.
Alright, Malthar is going to try to get off another shot at the dragon. So, no. 1, 2, 3. Malthar is then going to walk over this way and bonus action try to hide against this wall here.
All right, make a stealth check.
Yeah. And that's it.
All right, Naidaadi. Still frightened.
Yep. I see friends and kobolds rushing in. I'm gonna look over a couple things. I'm gonna yell, "It's too dangerous!" and try to lasso this guy.
Lasso. All right.
I have my
You have a
rope. Yeah, I've got my rope.
Yeah.
It's gonna be quite a check
Make
of whatever.
an unproficient dexterity attack.
Okay.
No.
I ain't
But
no
you
cowpoke, but I'll
have a
give
lot
it
of fun
shot.
doing it. If you want to get better at it, you could
Right.
maybe
Right. And
train
then
with it.
grumbling, I'm gonna run.
But
this
you
way.
get that, you shout that out there. It's
Yeah.
too dangerous.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to circle
All right.
around. So.
You can do that. Make another wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Now, I'll say if you release your hunters or your hunter's mark, favored foe,
Mhm.
I would give you advantage on this wisdom saving because right now you've got such a good read on this thing. You can sense its movement and it's freaking you out.
Gotcha. I'll keep it in mind.
Oolon.
Alright, Oolon as a snake is going to slither out here and try to constrict the dragon. No.
Attack rolls a 7. No. It's big.
Yes.
I mean, it's it's a large creature. I made it a little smaller because it looked a little too big like this, but it's considered a large creature. Are you a large creature as well?
I don't know. Constrictor snake.
It's a constrictor snake, not a giant anything.
No. It's only a CR1 quarter that Oolon can turn into. It's large. It's a large size.
Okay, yeah.
But
So that would have been cool. Calceryx is going to actually getting hit now. I think that stone got him on the head. He's going to leap backwards.
I get an attack of opportunity.
You do. You both can, Oolon, Jeb. I don't think you get a constrict as an opportunity. I know technically you probably could, but I'm not going to allow it.
An 8. No.
18 hits.
Ooh.
13 slashing.
Damn.
Nice.
And I'm raging, so it's actually...
Ooh,
15.
15. That's a good hit. Yeah, it leaps back, and you, with your axe, you don't even hit it that hard with the axe. You catch it behind one of the horns, and as it leaps back, it tears across its face, and it screams. And like as it leaps back, I'm gonna roll for 2 columns because it's like, okay, it knocks down one more column, and you're starting to get worried about the integrity of this hallway here. The dragon like rubs its face with one of its claws. Its wings are going crazy, and it's going to rear back, and you feel the air shift as it uses its ice breath in this direction. It's going to get both of you, Oolon and Jeb, and I don't think it's going to get anyone else, although the wind will shoot through this doorway here. So that is going to be a dexterity, or is it a dexterity saving throw? Let me check. That's a Constitution saving throw from both of you. And Jeb, as this happens, your life flashes before your eyes.
21.
I don't think you're going unconscious no matter what, but it's good that you succeeded because this could have been an instant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. 1, 2, 6. I already laid out a bunch of d6s for this specific thing. I'm going to use my little skeleton dice. You know what? I've always wanted to kill our player with. It's 12. 17. That's 22 damage, halved for Jeb at least. Halved to 11. For Oolon, what did Oolon roll? 17?
Yes.
For both of you, take 11 cold damage.
Oh, okay.
So I'm unconscious.
Jeb is
I
blown
can make an
back.
attack.
Hmm?
When I go unconscious, don't I get to make an attack?
Do you? No, that was a special thing I made for Bjorn.
Oh.
That's not a barbarian thing.
Oh, okay.
Something I
Sorry.
gave for Bjorn. No, that's okay. I guess I never explained that. Yeah, no, I made that up.
Yeah, no, I thought that was just a normal thing.
Nope, you are unconscious. Yeah, crusted over with hoarfrost. Is Oolon still up?
Oolon has 1 point of health left from
Oh.
the snake.
Well, the snake has 1 health.
Yes, the snake has 1 health.
Nice. And that's Calceryx's turn. How many columns are out in this room? I should be marking them.
2. I believe you've knocked out
3?
2.
At least 3.
Oh,
That was this one, this
And like,
one, and this one. We'll call it 3. Pretty spread out too, so that's. I'm not gonna make a check for the room yet. Jeb, make a death saving. Wait, we're using the. I always forget that we're using this fucking homebrew thing. Well, I'm gonna say that your injury right now is going unconscious. Does that make sense to me?
Okay.
Your injury is that you're unconscious. You still have 0 hit points, so you're there, unconscious on the ground with 0 hit points. I almost want to give you 2 injuries because this is a dragon. I'm gonna look at the table, but for now we're gonna move on.
Having another injury wouldn't really matter while I'm unconscious.
No, but it would last. That's the thing. I think I want to give you one that lasts, and I want to knock you unconscious. And I feel like that's okay because we did agree that the system is kind of lenient. So, kobolds. Take shots. This natural 20. That's 6. Good hit. That's a really good hit with a rock. Calceryx is also, I think, flying into a blind rage at this point. This kobold is gonna, in concert with you, Malthar, he's gonna pop in, make an attack roll. That's a miss. And then come to this side. Malthar.
Alright, Malthar is going to move where he can see the dragon. Because it was hiding last turn, does he have advantage on this?
Yeah. What did you roll for stealth?
12.
12? No.
Okay. Well, I'll still make a shot anyway. Oof.
20. That hits.
And I don't think sneak attack would apply. There's no one next. Oh, wait, advantage. No. 10. Just 10.
10. Jesus. Calceryx is actually looking kind of bad.
Oh, no.
You've done a lot of damage.
And then Malthar is going to just move back into the corner here and bonus action again.
Naidaadi. Much.
He says he's only after the goblins. And in looking at everybody, kind of continuing to.
You can
attack
hear
him.
Calceryx bellowing madly, just sort of roaring and shouting. You
Right.
hear stone crumbling.
Mhm.
It's complete chaos. You have to shout really loud to get your voice.
Right.
And at this point, no, I guess everyone can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Except
Well-
for Jeb.
Well, I'm going to be yelling this as I run up to here.
All right.
So. And then realize half the problem is my mark. Take your advice, release that.
Still frightened, but at the end of your turn, you'll have a saving throw with advantage.
Okay.
You can attack Calceryx, but you have to.
Yes, I'm going to do what Malthar was doing and attempt to archer shot through the door.
Ow. Miss.
Yep.
Oolon.
Alright. Oof. Beat up by this dragon. Oolon is going to drop the wild shape, reverting back to his furbolg form, and will cast Entangle in
Entangle. Nice.
that area. It is Entangle. And Oolong is out of spell slots.
All right. When does this take effect? Immediately or?
A creature in the area when you cast the spell must succeed on a strength saving. Yeah, will be restrained.
This is Oolon casting this?
Yes.
So he's not a snake anymore.
No, he dropped wild.
It is a let come now.
Isn't
Okay,
releasing
well-
wild shape a bonus action?
I mean, this spell is an action now. Either way.
Yeah. I'm just suddenly remembering this.
Yeah, I think it's oh, you know, it might be an action for.
I
Because
think
he's
it's a
not
bonus
immune.
action to release it. It's an action to take it up.
Got it. So yeah, this all checks out. Calceryx has to make a strength saving throw.
DC 13.
Close. G. Strength is not as high as I would have assumed, but I guess it's a young. Sort of a beefed up wormling. That is a 14.
Ooh.
Is that a... What's the DC?
13.
13. Yeah. Calceryx, in his like mad rage, he's unrestrainable.
All right.
Vines and stuff are creeping up these columns, and he's just knocking down.
Then Oolong, as an item interaction, is going to give a good berry to Jeb, even though he's frozen in place at the moment. And then we'll move 1, 2.
He's not frozen in place in the sense that like he's tied to the ground.
Okay.
He's just like...
He's definitely like slumped over.
You could, as an action, feed it to him, but you know.
I know, but I don't. I used my action to do entangle and it didn't work.
You leave a good berry with him.
Yeah, leave a good berry with him and then hightail it out there. 1, 2.
You put it in his palm.
3. Right.
Oh, oops.
Run!
Oh, dark mode on Roll20 makes some of these handouts unreadable. So I'm going to turn that on. This is the first problem I've experienced. Can I give you fucking pneumonia? Is that on this table? I'm going to say, Jeb, you have your speed halved for a bit currently as well, but you're unconscious, so it doesn't really matter right now. How correct is... I just looked it up at the start of his turn. I roll to see if his ice breath comes back. Roll for him. Yeah. Calceryx does not play smart. He runs straight in this direction. I'm gonna make my first saving throw for this hallway. Did prepare. I thought that there might be a fight with the big dragon in this hallway, so I prepared stats for the room.
It has like hit points and stuff.
Yeah, it has like damage thresholds, and taking out a certain number of these columns Not like concrete rules, but rules enough for me. Yeah, Calceryx runs it this way and takes out this column. This part of the ceiling, the top of the column immediately falls in, and this area here becomes completely inaccessible. Just enough room to squeeze over here. Calceryx runs through, taking out another column, is going to collide against this wall here. The wall is very sturdy, and it does not come down, but Calceryx can squeeze through. He's not going to yet, though. He's going to stick his head out here and come through enough that he's going to make a bite attack against this kobold here. No, he's not playing smart. I think he might just come through. The thing is, he has to use half his movement to get through these doorways, so he can't do that this turn. So actually, he can't even make bite attacks against any of them. He's going to use his action to attack the
wall.
Would he attack Jeb? Is the thing. In his, like, not out of mercy, is he going to not attack Jeb? I think just the fact that Jeb is on the ground and not actively attacking him, I think Calceryx is going to attack the room. I'm going to roll for the room again. He's just rampaging. Room does not collapse, but definitely I'm going to take out this one. Calceryx is going to end about here. Jeb is unconscious. This kobold bravely is going to run in. You know what? This kobold is going to take position here. This kobold is going to squeeze through the rubble, come over here, and get down by Jeb, and like take a look at like the condition you're in and see the good berry. He knows what this is because he ate one already. He's going to take the good berry and put it in your mouth. His action.
Yeah.
Jeb, you wake up feeling dead. Ice cold, your body.
Wait, how much do I gain from that?
You have 1 hit point.
Okay.
The room is almost unrecognizable. There's a pile of rubble here reaching to the ceiling, with barely enough room to scramble over this way. The dragon is occupying this area here in the middle. Malthar.
Has the dragon actually poked its head in yet?
I think very, very briefly, just like his token didn't move through the doorway, but like enough that you saw.
Alright.
And this wall shook.
Yeah.
Collided with the wall.
Alright. In like shock that the wall shuddered, Malthar is gonna move here, try to get off one last shot at the dragon, Nope.
No.
And then we'll bonus action dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yell that he's going down the hole, and we'll start climbing down the pit.
Naidaadi.
Yeah. Still afraid. I'm gonna back up.
Yeah, and you can't see Jeb anymore. It's just, you can barely see the dragon. Just, it's moving around constantly. There's dust being kicked up in the room.
Mm-hmm. Then I'm gonna blind shot through the door, which is I don't like to.
Armor class 16.
Yeah, no.
Anything else?
No.
Oolon.
Oolon is going to use his action to dash, seeing that there's no hope against the dragon, and will follow Malthar down the hole.
Right. I'll get to your checks if there are any. Actually, I think there aren't checks to like slowly, carefully climb down the wall. If you're doing it quickly, maybe there's you're not making any progress quite yet because you just
Yeah.
you both
Okay.
just
What
get
kind of checks would it be?
I'll think about it. It'll happen on your turn.
Okay.
You probably use your movement to get there, right?
Yeah.
For ice breath. You guys are really lucky. I rolled a 3 and a 2. These two. Calceryx is going to whip around and dive in this direction and make a bite attack at both of you. Kobold first, definitely, because the kobold ending. Natural 1. At Jeb. It's an 18. You are going to take 5 points of damage. It's 3 piercing, 2 cold. You're unconscious, or I think you're not unconscious this time. I'm going to give you another injury. You're going to lose a death strike, one of your death saves. You're going wounded again, and you mark off one of your death saves as a failure. Instantly losing a death strike. The dragon is basically on top of you, getting ready to maul you, or actively mauling you. The kobold stands over you and is getting ready to fight the dragon. Jeb, what do you do?
Attack.
All right, you stand up, half your movement. You stand up and start grab the dragon's head and push it away, and getting ready to swing your axe back.
$22.
22.
Whoa.
That's a hit. Roll damage. It has very little HP left. Don't
Damage
need to
is
roll high.
10.
Damage is 10. I mean, how do you kill it?
Whoa.
Can I chop its head off?
Yes, yeah. You stand up and grab its head as it's wrestling with you on the ground. roll over on top of it and start hacking at its neck. Its whole body is wiggling around, taking out more of the room. The room is crumbling behind you, and you hack its head off while its entire body writhes. That's your turn. The kobolds are going to start. I think they're gonna start moving back this way. This one is gonna come over and put a hand on your shoulder and say,
Jeb, we have to go.
Malthar.
Malthar, having no idea what that commotion means, is going to head down these vine-slick walls as fast as possible.
All right. So, yeah, this will be a athletics check. It's not going to be an especially hard one. I think DC 10 is fair, because it's not a hard climb, but you're trying to do it very quickly. I'll let you move full movement. That's a.
Okay. Can I dash as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can. I think with a dash and with an 18, you like fireman pull down these vines, and so you have to move to a new vine.
All right. How deep is it? With
what's your dash speed?
70 feet.
70 feet. Still going. You can't look down. You can't look behind you.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And the noise as you slide down, it's like your ears are kind of adjusting. Like, I don't think they pop exactly. You're moving pretty fast and you're moving. If you slide 70 feet straight down, your ears pop, right? I'm going to say they do. I don't know if that's accurate, but they do. And, things go quiet as the hole above you kind of disappears.
Okay. Yeah.
You're no longer frightened.
No?
Oh,
Good.
But you can hear this room buckling. Jeb, I think, is over here with the dragon. You.
Got it.
What do you do?
I would like to run in, give Jeb a health potion.
Yeah, Jeb, you can take this. You're conscious, but Naidaadi can use his action to hand it to you.
Okay, how does it work? Like, what do I roll?
I'll have Naidaadi roll the health.
Okay.
But if you feel like you take the potion because you're in your rage, or I guess you're not in your rage anymore.
No, I was out of rage because I got knocked out.
All right, yeah. So why don't you roll the health?
Oh gosh.
Jeb, you can have the dragon's head like holding it by a hand.
Remember what health is. 2d4 plus 2.
I'm gonna give the I prepared 2d4 plus 2. I prepared the test for the room. I didn't give it a turn in initiative. I probably should have. I'm gonna say Calceryx's turn. The room.
Okay, Jebba regains
Probably.
4 health.
4 health. Right.
And if possible, I would like to try to usher both him and the little kobold through.
How much movement do you have left?
Like 10
after getting
feet.
there.
10
feet?
Yeah.
You can pull one of them. 5
Right.
feet.
Yeah, well, it's got to be Jeb. Grab Jeb and help him flip toward the door as the room is collapsing.
Move 5 feet back, and Jeb will move 5 feet with you.
Mhm.
Oolon. Oh, yeah, make that athletics check.
Oof.
Make a dexterity saving throw. Oolon slips on the way down. Malthar, you see him slip above you as you're sliding down. I'm going to give you a chance to try and help him. He's coming down fast, so it might be unsafe. It will be unsafe for you to attempt to you.
I'm willing to try.
Right. I would let this be acrobat. It's difficult. What would you like to do to try and help? Because that.
Acrobatics to kind of swing over there and catch Oolong as
You
he
can
comes
try and
by.
Tarzan catch him while he's falling. For that to be successful, this is going to be a DC 20. 15, you can help. 20, you can catch.
It was a 9.
It was a 9. That's under 10. I think you do catch him and you fall too.
Okay.
Now
Wow.
I think you do reduce his fall damage, which is good because he was going to fall 80 feet. And you're going to split that damage between you two. So I think you both are going to fall effectively.
Okay.
Even though you're only falling about 10, I think you can split the damage too.
Okay.
If you're willing to do that.
Yep. Let's do it.
So for 40 feet, is that 4d6?
I believe so.
26 for every 10 feet. Yes. So that is 4d6. Here's the little bone dice again.
Mm.
For Oolon. Unconscious for sure. Or not unconscious, but yeah. Okay, he's not an instant kill. But
Did you say the damage was split?
yeah, that's 4d6. Oh yeah, well, so I wasn't rolling 8d6 and then halving it. I was gonna roll for each of you. 4d6 for each.
Okay.
Kind of give you separate falls. I guess I can roll 8d6 and cut it in half. So okay, so we'll say that was 18. This is 19, 18 plus 19. 37. And I'm going to give the extra 1 to you. I'm going to give to Oolon. It fell like 70 feet. 2. Alright, Malthar, you take 18 damage.
Okay.
Oolon takes... Wait. Yeah. What's funny is I rolled an 18 and a 19, so it would have been the same either way.
Malthar is unconscious.
So I'm going to give you both a pretty heavy injury for this. And it's got to be a lasting one. I'm not gonna. I should rework the table here because I'm not really liking the results on the more that I like actually have to decide which injury to give you. I'm not actually loving them. It's not like you're gonna lose a limb every time you. Dislocated shoulder for Oolon. He's gonna have disadvantage on strength-based checks, saving throws, and attack rolls. Anything strength-based.
So we're both out of health at the bottom of this pit.
Yeah.
Okay. How?
And you're both wounded. I'll tell you the nature of your wounds when you
Oh.
become conscious again. Maybe we should brainstorm how to possibly rework this 0 hit point system.
Sure.
During the week. All right. We'll go with it for now. Chris is dead. Jeb. Oh, on Calceryx's turn. The room is rolling essentially a Constitution saving throw, but it's just rolling a stability saving throw with disadvantage. It almost succeeded, but no. The entire hallway here is going to collapse. Jeb, you can make a dexterity saving throw. If it's just for you, you can just make it straight. If you're going to bring this kobold with you, you can make it a disadvantage.
I'll try to bring the kobold. I owe it to the kobold for feeding me the good berry.
All right. So you're both going to try to dive through this door here.
Mm-hmm.
Make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Oof.
A natural 1.
I mean, I wouldn't have made it either way, right? Like, even if I had had advantage, I know there's
Yeah,
no
it would have been a
scenario in
1.
which I would have had advantage. No, I know, but I'm saying there's even if I had advantage in like another universe, I still wouldn't have made it with the 9,
happen.
right?
I think the room collapses in Naidaadi. You're like, come on, and Jeb, you dive through just as the entire wall here. Should I wait a second? Okay, the entire wall here collapses outwards into this room. Naidaadi, you need to make a dexterity saving throw too.
Okay.
This room collapses. I'm gonna roll damage that you're going to take in full, Jeb, and this kobold. And you're going to be pinned under the rubble. Suspenseful silence. Music stopped. 26 damage. Naidaadi, I'm gonna with your it's half regardless, and because you succeeded on your saving throw, it's gonna be quartered. It's 6, 4, 6. You take 6 bludgeoning damage. You have to move back.
Mm-hmm.
So does this kobold.
So I'm unconscious again.
You are not unconscious. I'm gonna. Yeah. I think you are unconscious. I think you definitely. That's your another injury, is that you go unconscious again. 0 hit points. Not an instant kill, I don't think. You have 32 hit points total. Kobold. You rolled a natural one, but I'm gonna give the kobold its own saving throw because you did that. It's still a failure. Not a natural one, but if so that kobold is crushed with you. And I think there is a hand sticking out of the rubble here. Every turn that Jeb is under this rubble, he's going to take the same amount of damage, which means that he is dead this turn. This kobold gonna look at Naidaadi, wait to see what he does. These kobolds are gonna run in here and see what's happening with the pit. Malthar is I think you are conscious. You are at the bottom of this pit. You start to move, and then, oh shit! You shouldn't move. You look over and you see Oolon unconscious, face down on the ground. Malthar, make a Constitution saving throw. 21, so that's a success. You can take an action.
Okay.
If you failed, you would do nothing.
Oof. Okay. I'm going to crawl over to Oolong and see if he has any, like, healing potions or anything that Malthar would recognize as, like, something to heal himself with.
You have a sheet.
I do, yes. He has Goodberry. I'm not sure Malthar would recognize Goodberries.
Has Malthar eaten one yet?
Not that I know of.
I thought he gave us good berries last session.
Okay, maybe.
Like he passed them around.
It's been a couple sessions with him. You know what a good berry is.
Alright, okay.
If he's got some left.
Alright, I will take a good berry, hoping he won't miss one good berry, and consume it for 1 hit point.
Alright.
Naidaadi. Which hand is sticking out of the rubble?
Which hand?
Well, is it the kobold's hand? Jeb's hand.
Jeb's hand, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try to push at the rubble, plugging up the door here. And
No, you know what? He rolled a natural 1. It's the kobold's hand.
okay.
Oh, man.
Oh, gosh. All right. Then I will actually go to the rubble and try to push it off, if possible. If it's not just filling the room.
You're not sure what to push away. That would be a project to, like, unearth anything from this rubble.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you have to go on here is a kobold. And you know vaguely where Jeb is, so you could take your action and start digging, but it's going to take a bit.
Then I would like to do what I can and pass another health potion in. Just push it into that hand and hope that.
That hand's unconscious.
Damn it!
Oh, you know what? No. I'll give the kobold an injury.
You don't have to, but
No, because that's how that works. I want it for today. I'm sticking with this system. Maybe we'll drop it for the next session, but I'm not going to switch mid-session. Yeah, that kobold is stunned for a round, but it can grab the help.
Mm-hmm. And I'll yell back at this one. Come on, we gotta help him out.
That kobold, I'm going to say, because it looked to see what you were going to do, I'm going to call that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're here, you can try. Are you going to try to start digging, or
yeah?
Make it just a strength check, and it would be a disadvantage with the kobold. Straight strength check. You move a rock, and some more slide down into place.
All right.
Kobold is stunned. Give me another one. Another back around to your turn. Give me another strength check, Naidaadi.
Oh, me.
Jeb, take 26 damage. You lose 2 more death strikes. Does that take you to 3? I believe you had taken 1. You're mute.
I'd taken 1. When was my second one?
You took another one on the first time that Naidaadi failed. Took another one the second time.
Gosh dang
So
it.
yeah, that's 3 failures then.
That's 3 failures. I think after some digging, you finally managed to pull that kobold out and feed it the health potion. You feed it that? You handed it the health potion.
Mhm.
Feeding it the health potion as well.
Sure.
You recover 1 kobold who just sort of coughs, and you look at the hopeless pile of rubble. You can spend more time digging if you like, but you're going to exhaust yourself at a certain point. Jeb is nowhere to be. I think we should end there.
I can't believe Alex missed this.
I can't believe it. Manny, I'm sorry.
Hey,
this
man.
is the first time I've really killed
I've
a player.
It's never happened to me before, but it's bound to happen eventually.
You killed the dragon.
It was epic, at least.
You killed a dragon.
Yeah, I got it. It was a good ending. The character died.
Aww.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Could end, or we could take a break. Can you guys stick around? I mean, Manny, you can stick around if you want. But Daniel and Sean, how much longer do you have?
However long, doesn't matter to me.
I need a little bit of a break.
Sure.
Maybe 20 minutes.
Sure.
I could stick around. Well,
All right.
I could use a break as well, but
I'm gonna take a shower, so I'll probably be a little longer than 20 minutes, but I'll be back.
Manny, can you video with me later? I want to have I said that the first time I really kill a character, I wanted to. I was assuming it would be in person, so I was going to bring out some scotch.
Yeah, I'm seeing a movie at 9:45, so before or after that.
I'll pour some scotch while I'm taking my break, but I'm not going to tell you yet.
Yeah. All right. Later.
You try a bit more?
Yeah, maybe. You like this idea?
Oh, I should probably make the other one too. Okay. Oh, God. It's just
I'm working on making your lightning burn font. I'm using an online program called Calligrapher to actually generate the font from an uploaded image, basically. That has all the images, all the characters laid out in a particular grid file that they provide you, and then that transforms it into a actual font that you can download. So. Oh yeah, that's a big complicated process. I can go over sometime. Hello.
Some me, are you hearing?
Daniel, are you hearing Ian?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. My mic isn't picking it up either, unless I talk louder. That worked? I just need to raise my voice. I'll lower the the filter, whatever. BC. Testing, testing. Is it working? Okay, I turned it down a little bit. And I'm talking softly now. It's working. I have very poor voice stamina, so I always try to remember to speak a little more softly when I run D&D. Looks like I didn't set up your player's tokens correctly. Do that. I think this is my first legit character death as a DM. Technically speaking, Manny's character did die. Manny's character did die in a one-shot that I ran with him, but I kind of don't count that one. I've explained that section and why it doesn't count. But that was technically my first TPK. And another one I almost count is you two in the Dragon one-shot, where I thought that it was a TPK and I started narrating the TPK. And then you were like, what? No, I have health. I'm not dead. And then you won.
I remember against the Beholder, there was like 3 members down, and then one person stole something from one of us, and it was like the Sunstone.
Yes. That one I also probably wouldn't have fully counted, but it would have been closer to a legit TPK. But at a certain point, like, there is no solid line between what counts and what doesn't. I would just have to feel it. I think this might be my first legit character death as a DM. What? I'm not mean enough? Maybe. Yeah, with this, I'm going to continue using this death save system for tonight. I have a feeling it's going to be easier to drop it than it is to fix it. And honestly, the regular system's not broken. We don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of the opinion that if you have 0 hit points, you're unconscious, you can't move,
Yeah.
At a certain point, it just gets kind of strange. Keeps
only-
stacking on the conditions.
The only part that I don't like about the normal system is the like hopping back up and back down, up and down, up and down, up and down with like bonus action healing word. It just feels weird. It's not overpowered or anything. It just feels weird. It doesn't feel right. But that's sometimes this feels weirder. So I think we should go back to the others. But tonight, the status of your guys' injuries, I think Naidaadi doesn't have any. Oolon's injury was going unconscious.
Okay.
And your injury, Malthar, I think was the Tego word was fractured skull. I'm not going to get that in medical, but you are shaken. It's like a concussion or something, kind of. Yeah, whenever you attempt an action in combat, you must make a DC 20 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, you lose your action and can't use reactions until the start of your next turn. This is
a DC 20.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it goes away on a short rest.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty heavy. But you saved someone's life and ended up taking a nasty fall.
Yeah.
I think it's appropriate. Honestly, I would have switched it. I would have made you go unconscious and given Oolon the heavy penalty because he fell much further. The only reason I'm not doing it is because he's not here.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'm going to switch you over to the other map. You won't be able to see anything yet, but... So you're here. I'll reveal... This way. To fix your tokens too.
Are we on the map?
You are now. On the left, like middle left.
Middle left. Oh, there we. Okay, yes.
I haven't revealed mine.
Huh.
Does Malthar have dark vision?
Yes.
And actually, it wouldn't matter because this room. Pull up my. Change the music first before I start describing. As lovely as this one is. Your vision is kind of blurry. You've just taken a good berry and you're looking around. You can vaguely hear someone shuffling up top, Naidaadi, and you hope possibly Jeb getting ready to climb down. I'm going to describe the room and then I'm going to switch up top to Naidaadi.
Oh, right.
You see a large rectangular room with false pillars lining it. Reliefs of pillars to give the effect of a building with internal supports rather than what it is, which is a hollowed out subterranean chamber. Earlier, you were in a citadel that had collapsed and fallen underground. This area was clearly built underground and has only sunk further since.
Okay.
Sorry, what did I miss?
Not much. Some Assault on Precinct 13 music.
It's rough. Rough that I missed that. All the indignities of this day. Kendall actually suggested the same thing that you messaged me.
Oh, good.
When I told her the story of I think it's a good idea.
Okay. But right now, Malthar, you see this big room. The walls are black near the bottom, and they become almost like a light gray, almost white towards the top. And then at the ceiling, they're black again, blackened by soot. It's a very old room. The walls used to be white marble. The floor is soft. It's soft earth, and it's slightly moist. Your hands are covered in dirt and mulch. You look around, there's a couple small shrubs in here, and the room is illuminated by pale violet fungus, lichen, and mushrooms clinging to the walls that give off a dim glow. The shrubs look thin and sickly. They have very few leaves. And sweeping the ground with a rake, completely oblivious to your presence, is a robed figure, a humanoid figure in robes. And you don't realize till they turn in your direction, not to look at you, but they turn slightly more in your direction. This is a skeleton in a ratty brown robe, scraping the ground with a rake. You were very loud when you landed, but it doesn't seem to care that you're here, or somehow hasn't noticed. And it just rakes the ground. It's pulling leaves around, clearing the area. Back up top. Naidaadi and what's the kobold's name? Do you have an idea, Manny?
No, I don't.
Okay, we don't have to come up with one right now.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
So Naidaadi and the kobold, what would you two like to do? Kobold's at 1 hit point.
I'd like to heal.
Oh wait, no, how much did you heal for? 8. Oh, well then you're back up at full with 5 hit points. Because you're a player character, I'm gonna, right now, you've had a difficult experience, a real growing experience. I want you to take 10 extra hit points. It'll level you up right now.
Me?
You have 15 hit points. Kobold.
I can't. I don't have his character sheet.
Let me give control.
Oh, what was that really cool dude's name who just died? He was awesome. I loved him.
I think you were chanting his name a few minutes ago.
Yeah. His name was Jeb. What a coincidence. That's my name too.
I'll fix this later, but for now, this is. What do you two want to do? You know that Malthar and Oolon ran this way and went down the pit. You know because they were yelling at you to do the same.
Yeah.
Come over here and
here.
You see these two looking down the pit, kind of unsure whether to go down. They're also looking around at the room because there's still a chest here Oh, no, it's covered in dirt because the kobolds slammed a pot on it. I think you probably did that, Jeb.
I love slamming pot. one of my favorite pastimes.
I switch you to the. I meant to only switch myself over. And actually, you look over at the chest and you see that the little plant, which is now just like you can see the bundle of roots at the bottom, and oh
my God, it's a baby Jeb.
The dry brown.
He came back like the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was just about to, yeah. It's lying on its side, looking dry and wilted and stuff, but it is moving. The branches start to drag itself along off the side of the chest, and it falls off the side. Have you taken cutting? This little tree dragging itself along on the ground with its bundle of roots dragging behind it. What do you do? It starts dragging itself towards the pit.
Kick it down.
Can we do like some sort of, I don't know what it would be, a perception check, investigation check to see if we know what it is, if it's friendly or.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what that would be. Arcana check, maybe? I don't know.
I don't think there is. I mean, you see, it doesn't give you any, like, it's literally just a little dry, like 3 foot tall shrub with no leaves, completely dry brown wood, dragging itself along. Like, what's the hand in the Addams Family?
It?
Thing?
No, not it. Yeah, thing.
It's just sort of pulling itself along.
Can I pick it up and put it in my pocket? Is it too big for that?
Too big for your pocket, but you could pick it up like this. I said 3 foot tall, maybe like 2 feet, all stretched out, including the roots. Yeah, do you go over to it and pick it up?
Yeah.
All right.
Your daddy saved my life once.
It starts to like, the branches like reach out and like kind of do this, and they kind of hurt because they're sharp, but it just sort of rubs on your face like this.
Anybody else want a shot with this thing? I'm gonna hand it over to you.
Okay. It also starts to like kind of reach up and is touching you. Its branches are moving very slowly and creakily, and as you take it, it gives out this sharp kind of like a cicada hiss. This kind of somewhere deep in the bark, it produces this hissing sound, and it's reaching for your face again, and you realize it's reaching for your neck, and it does hit. What's your AC? So it got a 14. Oh, I think it's 15, so that does not hit. I think you realize with that it's not caressing or like petting you. It's trying to hurt you. But it seems very weak. So you can kind of hold it at arm's length. It's not able to too much. And it just gives out this feeble kind of. That was like a round or two messing with that plant. I'll go back down to the bottom of the pit. Malthar, what do you do?
Oh boy.
You see this skeleton sweeping around with a rake.
Not really in any condition to fight. I'm kind of just gonna like play dead.
All right. Make a stealth check. Or you can make like a deception if you prefer, but I imagine you probably prefer stealth.
19.
19. All right. These plants here, you realize are very slowly moving, and the one over here steps over to you. Its roots very gently lift out of the ground, very easily. They don't go very deep at all. They're hardly roots. It's almost sort of stuck into the ground like a stick. Pull out of the ground and it walks on its tippy toes over to just a bush, no face or anything to give you like, what's its front, what's its where its eyes are. And it kind of steps over and just kind of looks at the pile of Burns' bodies over here too. There's just 3 seemingly dead bodies at the bottom of the pit. And it looks over you, and these bushes also start to move in your direction.
Oh, that's creepy.
And you hear a very faint kind of, somewhere between like a rattle and a hiss, again, like a cicada kind of, this sort of insectal kind of rattle that's just being reverberated in some air chamber inside of their, inside of the shrub.
And from here, what happened to the tunnel that we were falling down? Is it in the ceiling of this room?
Yes, so it's in the ceiling above you. There's vines that reach to, like, if you stood up, you could reach up and grab them. It'd be challenging to climb up because you're grabbing the tips, so they might break off. So you need to be very delicate and but you could conceivably climb back up. The pit is about 10 feet up, the mouth of it, and then the vines extend down a few more feet.
All right. Still. Malthar will try to, like, stealthily try to stab the bush that was kind of coming over here and peering at us.
All right. You made a very good stealth check. You can get advantage on the one that's looming over you.
Okay.
17 hits. It comes really close to you, over top of you. And you hear, you don't feel any wind or anything, but you hear that kind of, I can't do the noise. I shouldn't have described it in a way that I can't. A sound I can't
But
produce.
I can kind of picture it, like an insect.
You can hear cicadas
sort of.
in the summer, just one of them that you're holding in your hand.
Sure.
And it's right above you, and you roll over, grab it, and stab it right in the face. And suddenly the deep hiss becomes a very sharp because air like comes out of the stab wound and it just like falls back and crumples into a pile dead. The other bushes around you kind of start. They stop inching towards you and kind of stand up straighter. And we'll go back up to the top. Naidaadi, you're holding this hands outstretched. You're holding this little shrub in your hands. Jeb and the other kobolds are here as well. You've got your chest. You've got the pit. What do you want to do? It's like reaching for your face. Okay. It immediately like gives out a shockingly loud shriek, and more branches jut out from inside of the central trunk. It like splits open, another branch comes out and like claws towards you, and this one can reach you. That's a 19 plus something. Take 2 piercing damage. This one does get you in the face. It's still very feeble, but it whips you in the face, and now it's got like 2 more branches that are longer than the others that are just like windmilling around. And the fire, it catches on fire very easily. Across the pit? Yeah, you can chuck it onto the floor over here. It'll start just like, it's still whipping around, and it's gonna very slowly roll around, propelled by these branches, and start to burn on the ground, and it just gives this constant shriek. Jeb? Are there kobolds?
I liked your dad, but he was a terrible parent, apparently. Fucking asshole. I guess it's on fire.
Yeah, and it's not moving like towards you. It's just freaking out on the ground. It's having a tantrum over here.
So I think... No, I don't think we're going to do anything. Maybe just maybe ready an attack in case something happens.
Okay.
But
all 3 of you? Start
Yeah, I guess
spinning your
so.
slings. All right. Malthar, you stand up over top of the shrub that you pretty easily killed. And you see 3 others in here.
Does it look like the skeleton has noticed?
Let me put the bushes on here first. Oops. You're not sure yet. The skeleton continues raking. You have your action first, though. You stand up. You see these 3 bushes stop and then start to move towards you more quickly. What do you want to do?
I'm going to try and reach the vines that are clinging from the hole that we fell down and try to climb up them.
All right.
Back.
Make an athletics check. Try and jump and grab. All right, yeah. You jump, you grab, you start to slip, and then you grab it again, and just with your arm strength alone, pull yourself up to a point where you can pinch it with your feet, and you can start climbing.
All right. I will climb up 15 feet.
All right, yeah, 15 feet will get you past the mouth of the hole, and you can get fully up there to where you have a more stable footing.
All right. And then from there, I think I'm just going to, let's see. Did I use my action this turn?
No.
Okay, I'm going to hold an action to, boy, okay, do I have my arms? No, holding on.
You could. It depends. It'll be a check to free your arms, but you.
Yeah. How many daggers do I? I have 2 daggers. Okay, I'm going to use one of my daggers and throw it at the first.
Yeah, I think you can do that. I think you rolled a really good athletics check. I said you got to a point where you're more stable. You can give yourself a good footing, grab tight with one arm, and lean out with a dagger. You from up there, you don't have a shot on any of them, but you could hold it.
Yep. But I will hold an action to do that. If someone comes in line of gets close to Oolon or tries to scurry up the hole.
All right, very well played. The blights will. These two will move over. First one, you get a shot. Do you take your shot on the first one that comes under?
Yep.
Go for it.
No sneak attack damage. 6.
That's enough. This one, you shoot the dagger straight down on top of its head, and it immediately collapses again, giving this kind of as you puncture. This one comes under to go for Oolon, and then looks up and slowly backs away again out of sight. This one, you don't know exactly what's happening over here because you can't see anymore. Up top, what do you guys want to do? It seems like that bush is not a threat to you right now. You have a locked chest and a pit down here. You don't exactly know that anyone down there is in danger, but you don't know that they aren't either.
Maybe can we check out the chest and see if we can get it open?
Yeah. You can go over and look at it. Let me find the page that describes. It's clearly locked. It has a locking mechanism on the front, not like a padlock stuck onto it, but the chest itself has a locking mechanism with an obvious keyhole in the center. The chest is made out of wood, but it seems very sturdy, reinforced with bands of metal. What do you want to do?
I still don't have access to the character sheet.
Right. I'll give you access to the generic Kobold character sheet. I'll give you access to the Kobold Elite character sheet, which is not actually tied to your token right now, but I can. Here, I'm going to copy the Kobold Elite. And for tonight, you have 15 hit points, but we may rework that later if you want to keep playing as this Kobold. Duplicate. You have a pair of manacles and a key, and you wanna try and use the key? Yeah, they would. If that was something that you wait, is it where did you? It depends. Where did you get the manacles? If you bought them, then you have. If you bought them, then you have the key. Please, this one. There, you should have control now. Whoops. 15.
What I'm seeing when I open...
Jeb Kobold is what
Yeah.
he's called now.
But I don't see... I can't edit anything. Not that it matters, I guess.
We can figure that out later. But
We'll figure it
you
out
should be able
later.
to edit. You should be able to edit the token.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, you can't edit anything. I think because it's an NPC token or sheet, which works a little bit. So Naidaadi, you're trying to jam a key into there. Make a Constitution saving throw, Naidaadi. You stick the key in there, and it doesn't go in all the way. Something's blocking it, and you push a little harder, and it does go a little further in. Something gives, and then you feel a little jab on the top of your knuckle, and you take 1 point of piercing damage. And then your knuckle starts to throb, and you feel a little nauseous. You take 1 poison damage. A little poison needle sticks you, but it seems like the poison hasn't been replaced in a while, and it's not as effective as it's supposed to be. You can see where the needle came out now, right above the lock. There's a very small hole, and a tiny little needle pokes out of there if you press something against a plate in the back of the keyhole. All right. I'll go back down. Malthar, you're dangling off the side of this tunnel. Your hand is starting to get tired. You're trying to keep the plants at bay as they creep up on unconscious Oolon. You look up to see if anyone's climbing down, and you don't see anyone. What do you want to do?
How do I have a sense of how long this tunnel is?
From floor to the top of the hole, it is 80 feet.
Oh.
So the tunnel itself is about 60 feet long, but then there's an additional 10 feet below it.
Boy. Okay, so Malthar is going to continue climbing up the tunnel, in hopes of recruiting his other friends to help haul up Oolon or recruit them to come down.
Do you make an athletics check to go full movement, or do you take 10 and move half movement?
I will go slow and steady.
All right, so you can move how far up? 15?
Yes.
If you use your action, 30.
Oh, I'll do that. Yeah, use my action.
Okay, so you can move 30 feet up. You're about halfway up the length of the vertical shaft.
All right.
You stop at one point to look back down, and you can see that robed skeleton move in under the pit.
Oh no!
And it just looms over Oolon. It doesn't do anything yet.
Oh no!
It's hard to see from your angle because you're bending down.
Yeah.
Look behind you.
Well, I'm in no condition to try to take on 3 or 4 between the bushes and the skeleton.
One of the kobolds up here looks over down into the pit and turns to Jeb and says,
Jeb, one of them's climbing back up. Look.
Okay.
You can look down and you can see Malthar. What'd you like to do?
What's up?
Malthar, you can hear. You're only 30 feet away.
What's up?
There's things down there that are, I think they're trying to get to Oolong's body. Somebody tossed down 2 ropes if you got them.
Yeah, you guys can hear if you're shouting.
Do we have 2 ropes?
All right, let me.
That's true. We should push the chest like over the edge down the thing. It'd probably smash apart.
Right on top of. Yeah, what would you like to do? Naidaadi. You're over here by the chest.
No, I want to be safer up here. And Malthar continues climbing up. No, that's the point. I'm not safe.
Malthar could pretty easily, if you climbed around the edge here, you might be able to clear so that you know it wouldn't hit you, but you don't know if it's going to hit Oolon or not.
Yeah, Malthar's going to be saying, "Don't throw the chest. Hang on," and continue climbing up.
What are you going to do this turn, Naidaadi?
Who?
Naidaadi. Okay. Yeah, you can. Are you just holding the other end of it? Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely. It's long enough that Malthar can reach it. Working together, Malthar can easily get up to the top. very quickly. You all look back down, and you can see you just catch Oolon disappearing out of view down at the bottom of this pit.
Oh no!
And now there's nothing here down. There's nothing visible down at the bottom. You don't see Oolon, and you don't see Dart.
Oh.
Well,
What do you want me to do?
we should really not let Alex's character die while he's not here. So we should push this thing and then probably get down there and save him.
Okay, do you just push the chest over the edge? Yeah, you can easily do that. It's not that big. It's like about this long, and like maybe this tall. It's like it was acting as a footstool, sort of. You can push it over the edge, and it'll topple over, fall, and then it crashes at the bottom and breaks open. Actually, the earth is pretty soft down there. I'm going to roll for the chest. I'll give it a +4 and a DC 18 for 80 feet. Natural 20. The chest sticks into the soft dirt, fully intact. All right, you all start climbing. Are you climbing quickly?
Do we have any other ropes? Because if we have 2 ropes, we can knot them together and make a rope.
Do you have a rope, Malthar?
I thought I did, but I do not.
Manny, can you roll a D100? And I'm gonna say there's a 30% chance that one of these kobolds has a rope. We'll see if the rope kobold survived. So if
25.
25. So rope guy over here says,
I got you covered.
and he pulls out
Thanks, Rope. I'm glad you survived. His name's Rope, by the way.
My name's Rope.
So yeah, you can, and he'll like really quickly tie the 2 together expertly, and toss it down, tie it to this wall sconce over here. Test it first. Jump up, hang on it, swing on it a little bit.
That's good.
Tie it off.
Classic Rope.
Oh, stop.
And yeah, I think with that, it's a little safer to climb down. Are you climbing down quickly? It's still gonna be a check, but I'm gonna lower it to a DC 8, which is kind of silly. But I think adding a rope doesn't make this a take 10 for full movement. DC 8, I think, is all right, yeah, you can move full movement, which is 60 feet. 60 feet. No, I'm gonna let you take 10. If I would had you do a crazy roll to get the rope. You got the vines in concert with the rope. You can take 10. Everybody can move their full movement down, and if you're taking the dash action, you can slide down. I think for the kobolds, that's going to be 50 feet. For everyone else, for Naidaadi, that's everyone else. Oh, and Malthar, it'll be 60 feet. So it'll take 2 rounds for everyone. Just place where before I figure out where you guys are, I need to figure out where these things are. We've moved this. All right, you all slide down the rope and land on the bottom one at a time. You can just see these two shrubs dragging Dern's body by the legs over to this door. You all have a turn. We're doing initiative, like you guys and then them. So, Malthar.
Malthar will shoot an arrow at the one further to the south.
All right.
Nope. Naidaadi? That did.
Naidaadi? All right. It's your movement. This door is open. From where you are, you can't really see much, except that that room is a bit more brightly lit with like candlelight, torchlight, maybe. You know what? It's actually producing sort of an almost white light with a slightly yellow tint. But no, you can't really see into the room from where you are.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you shatter it. They seem to be very feeble. Not very strong, not much hit points. This one just gives up on pulling Dern. It immediately drops its leg. Jeb.
I'm gonna move. What's my movement?
25.
It's 30. It says 30 on here.
It says 30? Nice. Your movement is 30.
Okay. So get to there. Yeah, I'll get to there. And I'll use a sling at the living one.
All right.
What? Why are they black? Why can't I see the...
Sometimes they take a minute to load in.
They're like highlighted in black. But it's
Weird.
15.
15. 15 hits.
That's 4 then.
4.
Bludgeoning.
That's just enough. Oh, bludgeoning? Yeah. Well, they might not be weak to bludgeoning. I think I got that wrong. They're not skeletons. 4 is just enough. You shudder. It's big woody. I keep saying head, but it's kind of hard to. They don't really have anatomy. Humanoid anatomy. Yeah, and your rope and the yet unnamed kobold keep pace with you. They're gonna take the dash action and move to the sides of the door. What do you right, I'll give the skeleton another turn. Malthar.
Malthar will move bonus action dash. Move 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I get a look down this door now from here?
Yes. You see a comparatively brightly lit, but not, still pretty dimly lit, but compared to this room that's only lit by luminescent fungus. You see a long hall, and you see a hall with several doors, at least on this side that you can see. And you see Oolon being dragged by the skeleton.
Oh. Malthar will move some more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and through the door, and will fire another shot at the skeleton that's dragging Oolon. Oops. Nope. Malthar will move just slightly to the north here. Give everybody else room. And that's it for Malthar.
All right. You take that shot. Very surprisingly, very close to you. Out of this door, a goblin pokes its head out to look down this way. Very cautiously, peeks its head out to look that way. The arrow flies past it, darts back, it flies back into the room, and disappears out of sight.
Okay. Great, there's goblins here. Lovely. Okay.
Naidaadi. What do you do? Mm-hmm. Reveal tool never works. It never works. Oh my god. There it is. Jesus. It only wants to hide. Never wants to reveal. So you said you're throwing a spear? 10 does not hit. I think it does. I just remembered the skeleton is not wearing armor. Nope, still a miss. Yep.
Alright, I think I'm gonna...
And you can give orders to the other kobolds if you want. Otherwise, they'll decide what they do. But
I'm gonna move here.
okay.
And I'm gonna be like, everybody sling that motherfucker! And then we're gonna sling that motherfucker. So that's a 23 from Jeb.
Nice. From Rope and the other one. That's a 12, which hits. And a 13, which also hits. So
Good
with
slinging,
those three,
boys!
with those three, can you see your own rolls?
I can see my rolls.
Okay. Because it's whispering to me because it's still an NPC. I'll fix that.
Yeah, I can see
fix
my
that later.
rolls.
That
They're
not-
highlighted in black, so I can't read them unless I highlight them with my...
Turn off dark mode. That might fix it. I was having some
Let's
trouble with
try.
dark mode.
How do I turn it off? Turn off
It's on
dark
the
mode
left,
again?
below the left bar. You guys pelt the skeleton with rocks, and it just sort of collapses forward, letting go of Oolon. What do you we'll say Malthar and Naidaadi and Jeb, all three of you, because we're kind of out of initiative, maybe. What do you want to do? You shot the skeleton. Malthar said under his breath, "There's goblins." Great.
I would say find some room that we can barricade and get in some form of a rest here.
Okay. Yeah, you run straight there and give him his health potion. As you're looking around, you can just barely see into these rooms. The doors are mostly shut. Actually, one of the one down here does, you hear it shut. Over here, Malthar, you can see the same kobold you saw before. Peeks through the door again and very, very timidly, very slowly closes it. This south door, you see, they're all on the GM layer, which is annoying. See another two goblins over here, kind of peeking curiously through, and then this one down here doesn't run away. It just is sort of like looking at you through the door, with kind of an expression of fear and curiosity.
Does this door look sturdy?
Not especially, no. It's not like a barricaded door. All these doors are pretty thin. They're just there for like privacy, and this, I think we're gonna end now. But I'll describe the room a little further. Obviously, it's a long hallway filled with tables and pillars, similar pillars to the other hallways that you've been in, the one that collapsed. But these wooden tables here are covered in alchemical instruments, herbs, jars filled with different preserved animal parts and some other organic material you can't identify immediately. The room is lit by these floating lanterns that produce an almost white light with a sort of a sickly yellow tint. Dim light, so disadvantage on perception checks unless you have dark vision. And all of these rooms seem to be lit similarly with like slightly different colored lights. The color of the light is not consistent between each lantern.
Jeb does have dark vision.
That's right. Yeah, and you know that there are an unknown number of goblins cowering in these rooms, hiding from you. And that's where we'll pick up next week with Oolon conscious. I forgot about your injury, Malthar.
I did too.
Well, just another reason to not use that system anymore.
What do we tell Alex? Do we tell him or do we just let him find out next?
That's actually because what does Oolon know? That kind of works. I kind of like having to explain to him what happened. When did he go unconscious? When he fell down the pit. So wait,
he has like no idea what happened in that room.
Does he even know about the dragon? Did he even go over to the dragon?
No.
I'm gonna switch back to the top map.
He didn't tangle on the dragon. He tried to, as a snake, wrap around the dragon.
He did fight with the dragon. So tell him that you fought with the dragon a little bit. He turned into a snake and tried to constrict it. But as the hallway started to collapse, I'll write up I'll send him a little recap. But just to figure out what I'm going to tell him, yeah, he turned into a snake to help fight the dragon, but the room started to collapse, so he fled with the others and started to climb down the pit with Malthar. Naidaadi and Jeb were still up top. And then he remembers slipping, and he doesn't really remember anything after that.
Cool.
So I'll tell him something like that. Hold on, before you go. That's the wrong one. Let me go get a drink real quick. Jeb.
To Jeb.
The Dragon Slayer.
To Jeb.
I drank some alcohol earlier while we were gaming. If I'd realized I was gonna die, I would have saved it.
It's okay.
I would feel bad about it if one, it had been like a boring, dumb, like just like normal battle,
against the
it just like wasn't, like if it just wasn't an exciting battle, or two, if it had been because of like an obvious fuck up on my part. But I don't feel like either of those things are the case, so I do not feel bad about it. I mean, I feel sad about it, but I don't feel.
I know. I feel bad for the position I put you in, Daniel, because you were the one tasked with trying to pull him out, and it was extremely difficult. I made it very difficult. And you died also. I don't know if you like this. I really like that you died. Ultimately, I mean, you died because of the circumstances, but the trigger was your natural one.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what. After you rolled that natural one, I was like, well, shit. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I'm glad that something came out of it, that it ended with the dragon getting beheaded and then saving
Yes.
the kobold.
Yeah. I was hoping that you'd be able to get out of there with that dragon head. Because that would
Yeah.
have been fun too. Yeah. Jeb was great.
But
I
somewhere
wish we could have
buried
had more
under
time.
there, there
I
is
wish
the
we could have
dragon.
had more time with Jeb.
Maybe maybe now that he's been buried beneath the ground, a tree will sprout,
Yeah.
and we can go to the tree and remember him.
All right. I'll see you guys next week, maybe.
Later.
Forget
All
me.
right.